Hello, my name is Chad Rollofson. I'm standing in my sustainable agricultural demonstration plots 3.5 miles east of Barrett on the farm where I grew up. My reasoning behind starting these plots is I wanted to do something to help the problems I was seeing with erosion, water quality issues that result from that, and I wanted to leave some kind of a legacy on the farming community where I grew up. I started by establishing 10 1-acre plots in this 24-acre field that was conventionally farmed before that. Plot number 1 behind me is a no-till plot. This year it was winter wheat. It has been currently seeded to cover crop mix. I have radishes, sun hemp, clovers, and annual ryegrass. This will be followed next year by corn, into which I will interseed cover crop mix also. Following that, I will plant soybeans. In the soybeans, I use the winter wheat as my cover crop. And then it's also a crop I can harvest for a cash crop the following year. To my left is a conventionally tilled soybean plot. In the common rotation in the area, this is corn, soybeans, soybeans. To my right, the no-till plot, I notice is a little bit shorter than this conventionally tilled plot on my left. This is one of the reasons some people in a no-till situation will choose a taller variety of soybean. I'm standing in front of one of my no-till corn plots. I want to talk a little bit about the different management I do in this. One thing on the no-till corn plots, I'm split applying my nitrogen. So I'm putting some before I plant, just top dressed, and then I'm coming back and I'm knifing in some liquid nitrogen. That is differing from my conventional corn plots that we'll see in a minute, where I'm putting all the nitrogen up front, much like a common conventional corn system in this part of the world. The other thing I'm doing in this plot here is I am putting a cover crop into this standing corn about August 1st. I'm simulating a fly-on of seed by putting on a backpack or a mounted spreader on myself, and I walk down the corn rows spreading the seed to simulate an airplane or a helicopter putting on the seed, which has been done in parts of the state before. This is a conventional corn plot that I have out here. Again, that's in the corn, soybean rotation with no cover crops. One thing about this plot is early on it looked better than the no-till corn plot that we just came from. My main goals here are to compare a conventional tillage situation of corn, soybeans, to a no-till system with 3 crops in the rotation, and also in that scenario putting cover crops in there, so no-till with cover crops, and utilizing those 3 crops that I've outlined. What we are after here is to see the changes in the soil health qualities, and we're sending soil to Cornell labs and Ward labs and AgVice laboratories right here in Minnesota. So we're tracking the differences from before I started the study and now to what individual plot is doing as I move forward. This is the end of the 3-year portion of my study, and my goal is to have this an ongoing study for as long as I am around. If this is here when I am an old man, I would be pleased as punch, because a lot of these things in soil take a long time to really manifest themselves. So it's really a long-term approach I'm taking here.